How to let go of fear and anxiety. Fear and anxiety is something that we feel when we usually feel just too much in a moment, or we're judging ourselves, or we feel like someone else is about to judge us. This is actually completely normal. So when you feel like you're feeling a sense of fear and anxiety, don't feel like you're actually not normal for feeling this way, because I'm trying to tell you right now, it's so many people in your shoes right now that's feeling the same way. And it's a good way to handle it. The best way to handle fear and anxiety is basically just learning the power of meditation, because when you having a lot of fear and anxiety, you really just in your mind, you're overthinking too much, you're just in the mind. So the best thing to do is just meditate, so you can clear those thoughts, and so you can get clarity on what's really going on. What's really going on out here and versus what's really going on in here. You gotta really see the different sides, because you would be impressed on what is really like the big major differences. Like, you might be thinking something bad about to happen the whole time, nothing even happened. It's just like you gotta compare those two perspectives, and you gotta look at the bigger picture. Also, to deal with fear and anxiety, you gotta learn on how to shadow work. Shadow work is so important, because if you're not taking time to actually just face your shadows, then you're going to find yourself repeating those feelings, those shadows again, till you actually face it. So don't run away from it. You can't run away from it, because it's going to pop back up again in a different situation. So you got to face your shadow. Another thing is learning on how to sit in the present moment. I feel like when you feeling a lot of fear, you're probably jumping to the future and jumping to the past of what had happened, or you're probably too caught up in the future of what haven't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? So being in the present moment can put you more of like, okay, this is what's happening now. Look around you, feel around you, and don't jump to the future. Don't try to go back to the past where it's already done. You can't go back and fix nothing either. So why is you even thinking about the past? You could just see how intense and deep the brain goes to lengths to try to figure something out when it's not even your job. It's just your job to experience and live and try your best to make the best choices up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Another way to deal with fear and anxiety is learning how to walk away from situations. I think this is not the same as running away, but this is more of a way of like, if you're feeling a lot, you don't gotta stay in a situation or in an environment while you're feeling like that. It's best to walk away and talk to yourself, like a little self-talk, or just like getting your mind back together, because maybe you're just feeling a lot, or maybe you're just around too many energies. Maybe you feeling a lot of emotion because someone is feeling a lot of emotion too, and they affecting your energy field. That's why it's so important to really like cleanse yourself, because you can be carrying other people's emotions unconsciously, not even realizing it, but you can be carrying other people's emotions, and it can have an effect on you. So yeah, if you want to stop repeatedly being in fear, regret, the best way to handle it is taking some time, breathe, deep breaths, talk to yourself, tell yourself it's okay, and make sure you get away from those energies so you can get your mind together. Another powerful way to deal with fear and energy is understanding that it's just a feeling. Okay, let's just realize it for what it is. Let's face it for what it is. It's a feeling. And feelings are common, that everyone is feeling emotion. I mean, this is a part of the human experience, is to feel emotion. So since you know it's a feeling, you know it's a temporary emotion, because all feelings are temporary, and they're only there for you to be, it's only there to be felt. To heal is to feel and let go. But we tend to just look at it like it's our whole life. You know, we experience so many other things in our life, so many worse things we went through that we, got through. But for some reason, this situation seemed a little harder. I'm gonna just tell you right now, it's gonna come by and it's gonna pass by just how fast it came by. You gotta understand emotion is just a feeling. It's supposed to be felt. So when you see it for just an emotion, you will stop putting it on a pedestal. You will stop worshiping the feeling. You will stop over analyzing the emotion, and you can start seeing it from a bigger picture. Another way to deal with fear and anxiety is understanding the power of thoughts. This is not about really trying to like meditate and try to clear thoughts. This is actually trying to actually understand thoughts. You're actually trying to like understand the meaning and the purpose of thinking thoughts. Because if you're constantly thinking thoughts, that is something natural that we all do. But it's like you got to understand where these thoughts is coming from. Because some thoughts carry from the past, from generation curse. You know, maybe you carrying assumptions about yourself that is buried and suppressed and it's popping back up like insecurity you have, and you have that thought repeatedly. And usually them thoughts ain't real. They're not facts. They're just assumptions you held on to based off probably fear and anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So when you see it from this perspective, you can start trying to actually learn the power of affirmations and the power of sitting in your thoughts, like facing your shadows, right? Similar to that. But yeah, the power affirmations like can really shift your thought patterns if you can repetitively repeat something positive to yourself and see the outcome afterwards. When you use affirmations a lot, you don't even have to force a thought to pop up in your head. It will actually unconsciously happen naturally, because whatever you repeat to yourself, it would just replay anyways. It don't have no choice. Literally, it doesn't have a choice. So the more you use affirmation, you will notice that your thought patterns will actually start to change. It will be a relief. It will make life more easier, okay? A lot of y'all think the things you're doing is making life more easy. Your whole time is making life more harder. That's why anxiety is coming up and you're feeling a lot of emotion, because those things you're doing is not actually helping. You need to actually rewrite the story in time inside his mind. This mind carries a story, a illusion, a belief system. You have to rewrite it. That's how you make your life more easier, because you're always in your story, no matter what, 24/7, 24 hour plus the 27. You always in your head, okay? So if you really want to make your life more easier, get in his head and change the thoughts that you tell yourself. Simple. Now, if you wanted a part 2 of this topic, all you gotta do is like, subscribe. If you would like a tarot reading, check my link in the bio, and I'll see you in the next video.